How I gutted my HOA. A few years ago, I bought my first house in a mid-sized neighborhood in a southern state. It was part of an HOA, but the dues were low. The rules were minimal, and the house was by far the best I could afford. It seemed perfect. That illusion ended fast. Just a few weeks in, I got a violation notice from the HOA citing two things. My lawn wasn't green enough, my trash cans were too close to my driveway. It was February, winter. Every lawn was brown. And my trash cans, tucked beside the house, maybe sticking out a foot. I assumed it was a mistake or something left over from the last homeowner, so I ignored it. Then came March. Another letter, this time with $100 fines for each violation. $200 total, due in 2 weeks. I was stunned. I called the management company, and they told me I'd have to attend the upcoming HOA annual meeting to appeal the fines. So I went. I chatted with other homeowners beforehand. Turns out, plenty of them were angry about their own violations. One board member, a crusty guy in his 70s, sneered when I mentioned my fines. "You should be fined," he said. "Young people like you don't take care of your homes." I swallowed my annoyance and waited for the meeting to start. Then came my chance. They announced that 3 of the 5 board seats were open for election. Anyone could nominate themselves. I stood up, gave a speech about fair enforcement and transparency, and won a spot on the board. The scowls on the old members' faces were priceless. Afterward, I appealed my fines. They dropped the trash can one, but upheld the lawn one, saying that yellowing weeds counted as not green enough. I paid the $100 and silently declared war. I was named secretary. They told me I couldn't propose new policies, only vote. That was against the bylaws, but they assumed I wouldn't know. I kept voting no on new fines and bided my time, waiting to dismantle the board from the inside. The president, an uptight Karen type, wanted to fine homeowners for having flowers that weren't neutral in color. Seriously. I posted a long critique in our Slack channel and called an emergency vote. The other members agreed it was a power trip, and we removed her from the board. One down. I recruited a reasonable neighbor to take her spot. Next up, the treasurer and director. They were easy targets. I made an anonymous Nextdoor account, replied to angry posts about violation letters, and dropped the names of the board members responsible. I encouraged people to show up at the next HOA meeting. Over 50 people came. The meeting turned into a firing squad. Residents ripped into the treasurer and director over the rules and penalties. By the end of the week, both had resigned. I filled their spots with 2 more reasonable neighbors. 4 out of 5 board members were now on my side. The last man standing, the same grumpy VP who mocked me on day 1. He stayed put, tried pushing new policies, and got voted down every time. We couldn't get him to quit. Then, our HOA hired a new management company. They gave us a proper homeowner portal and clean financials. That's when I found it. The VP owed over $10,000 in unpaid fines. The old management company had covered it up. Per our bylaws, if a homeowner owes more than $3,000 in fines, the board can initiate foreclosure. I verified the numbers, called an emergency vote, and the board, minus the vice president, voted 4-1 to begin foreclosure proceedings. He stormed out of the meeting. A week later, he resigned, paid the fines, and listed his house for sale. I was elected president shortly after. Since then, we've rewritten policies. Fines are capped at $400. You can appeal them online. Lawn fines don't start until May. Trash can rules? You'd have to leave them in the middle of the sidewalk to get flagged. The HOA still exists, but now it serves the community, not harasses it.